Okay, this is going to be the second part of bonds, and I will cover the current yield and yield to maturity. So let's go through some examples first. So from last class, we talked about bonds, and suppose there is a bond with a 1.25 annual coupon rate, and the face value is by default $1,000 and matures in 3 years. Okay, first we assume the required return of the discount rate is 1.194%. Okay, we can calculate the present value, the PV, using the same formula as discounting the cash flow. We receive 3 payments, 3 coupons, and we're receiving the coupon as well as the face value in the end of the 3 years. Okay, we discounted it back. We calculate the PV as 1001.64. Okay, we answer these examples. Okay, next, what if we make some change, saying the required rate of return instead of 1.194 is 1.25. Okay, so same cash flow as before because the coupon is the same, the face value is the same, the number of payments is the same. However, the discount rate here, instead of 1.194%, the discount rate is 1.25%. Okay, so the discount rate here is changed, and this time we get a present value of $1,000. Okay, is this a coincidence? No. If the required rate equals the coupon rate here for an annual coupon bond, you can try. The price is always 100%. In other words, the present value is always equal to the face value. Okay. Next, let's change the required rate of return again. What if the required rate of return is 10%? Okay. So same calculation as before, but this time instead of using the 1.25 or 1.194 as discount rate, we use 10% as discount rate. Now the present value is $782.4, or the price of the bond becomes 78.24. Okay, so in other words, this time the present value of the bond is lower than the face value of the bond. Okay, so we can put this into a graph. If the interest rate or the discount rate here, okay, so this interest rate in x-axis is the discount rate or the required rate of return. And as I said, this is determined more or less by the market. Okay, and when the interest rate is higher, say we move from 1.194 to 10%, when the interest rate goes higher, the bond price actually is decreasing. Okay, so the discount rate, the higher the discount rate, the lower the bond price. Okay, and when does the discount rate, which discount rate makes it the bond price equal to the face value? That's when the discount rate or the interest rate here equals the coupon rate. Okay, so that's the time when the bond price equals the face value of the bond. Okay, so suppose we have 2 bonds. One is the 3-year bond and one is a 30-year bond. So for both bonds, as the interest rate or the market interest rate is increasing, the bond price will decreasing. But you can imagine which one is decreasing more steep, which has a steeper curve. Of course, it's the 30-year bond. Okay, why? Because it's a longer future payments. You have more future payments, and these future payments is more likely to be influenced by the interest rate change. Okay, and we call this the interest rate risk. Okay, it's the danger that the value of a bond or any other fixed income investment will suffer as the result of a change in the interest rates. Okay, for a 30-year bond, the interest rate can change a very little amount, but it will have a larger consequence on the future payments. After 30 years, if the interest rate is increasing by 1%, with the current value of this payment in 30 years will be decreased dramatically. Okay, so the longer the maturity date, the more likely it will suffer from a higher interest rate risk. Okay. Next, let's talk about the current yield and yield to maturity. So what's the current yield? The current yield is the annual coupon payments divided by the bond price. Okay, so the coupon payments is determined when the bond was issued. However, the bond price was determined by the market, and it can be changing and it can fluctuate on value. Okay, so the current yield is annual coupon payments divided by the bond price. Next, the yield to maturity. The yield to maturity is the discount rate for which the present value of the bond's payment equals to the price. Okay, so what's the yield to maturity? Actually, when you go to a bond market, you want to purchase a bond, you can see the market price of the bond. You know what's the coupon payment the bond offers, and you know what's the face value of the bond, and when it will mature. However, when you know the PV, but you don't know how to get this PV. You need to get a discount rate. This discount rate is not given obviously, but it's the yield to maturity that you then calculate based on the price. Okay. So how do you calculate the yield to maturity? Actually, you have the PV here, present value, which is market price. You can observe from the bond market. You know the future cash flow you are going to receive, and then you are solving for the discount rate. Okay, what you solve for is actually called yield to maturity. Let's go into an example. So for a 10% annual coupon bond, the face value is 1,000 and it matures in 3 years. You see the market price for it is $1,200. So you need to solve for the discount rate, or we call it yield to maturity here. You just write down this equation and you try to solve for R. Okay, it's not possible to do it by hand, at least I cannot do it, but usually you will have with the help of a financial calculator, it's very easy. Okay, so in the financial calculator, you input the number of payments, 3 payments. Interest is what you need to calculate. You don't know. Present value is the current market price of it. Okay, you can put negative 1,200 because you are paying for the present value, and the payment is what you receive as coupons. You are receiving $100 because it's 10% annual coupon, and the future value is the face value of the bond, which is 1,000. Okay, you input N, you input PV, you input payment, you input FV, and then you press compute, and then you press I, you get interest, which is 2.294. Okay, so the implied interest or the implied yield to maturity of this bond, the R here is 2.94%. Okay, so what does it mean? It means if you are purchasing this bond, the implied interest, the implied return you are getting is 2.94%. Okay. So continue on that question. We calculate the yield to maturity. Then what's the current yield for this bond? Okay, the current yield, we need to know what's the coupon you receive. So the 10% annual coupon on 1,000 face value gives you 100 for each. For every year you receive $100 coupon, and the market price is 12,000, so it's 100 divided by 12,000, and then the current yield is 8.3%. Okay, as the market price of the bond changes, the current yield can also change, but the coupon rate of the bond cannot change. It's determined when the bond is issued. Okay. Okay, the last part I want to talk about is discount bond and the premium bond. The discount bond is when the market price of a bond is lower than its face value. Okay, so go back to our earlier example. In the beginning of this video, we show what will happen when the market interest rate or the required return is changing. Okay, so when I showed you that when the required rate of return is the same as the coupon rate, then the price of the bond will equal to its face value. What will happen if the required rate of return is increasing in the next example to 10%? Okay, if the bond is offering a coupon rate of 1.25%. However, the market says the current market interest rate is 10%. Okay, if you do other investment, you are supposed to receive 10% of your return. However, this bond is only offering a coupon rate of 1.25. Okay, so this will make this bond very unattractive. Okay, to make it more attractive, you need to lower the price. Okay, as in demand and supply, the lower the price, the higher the demand. So if you want to get investors to invest in this 1.25% coupon rate bond, you need to lower the price. Okay, so as a result, you will see the present value of the bond is decreasing to $782. So when this bond is selling less than its face value, it's a discount bond, and by giving this discount, it's a way to attract your investment. So overall, the investor can get a 10% return on this bond, same as other market investments. Okay, same as you investing in any other things in the market. Okay, so this is the discount bond. Similarly, for the premium bond, the premium bond is when the market price is higher than its face value. Okay, what will happen is when, say, for this bond, it's offering a 6% coupon rate. However, at a time point, the market interest rate is only 3%. Okay, in other words, if you invest in a stock or invest in anything else, the return is only 3%. However, this bond is providing you a 6% coupon rate. This will make this bond very popular, and as the demand goes up, the price will go up. So now the bond price, the market price of bond, will be higher than its face value. Okay, so this is, we call it a premium bond.